fresh episode of Name That Wine. I'm Liz Barrett. I write the blog called what'sinthatbottle.com, and I'm a certified specialist of wine.
And I'm Liz's co-host, Rob Frisch, writer of the award-winning wine blog oddbacchus.com. Now today, we have a very special guest, Ivo Jeremaz of Grgich Hills Winery. He is the winemaker and vice president, and he is sharing some wines today with us. Tell us about yourself.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here. Very nice to meet you.
That's real cheap.
So we are a small family-owned business in Napa Valley. We are originally from Croatia. My uncle escaped communism, communist Yugoslavia in '54, and took him 4 years and finally arrived to Napa in '58.
Oh wow.
And also I was born and raised in Croatia, and my uncle was very kind to bring me to join him in '86.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I'm going to interject because you need to know who Ivo's uncle is. The famous Mike Grgich.
Kind of a big deal.
He's kind of a big deal. Yeah. He was the winemaker at a little winery called Chateau Montelena back in the 1970s, and I don't know if you know about the little tasting that happened in Paris called the Judgment of Paris, where Steven Spurrier gathered some California wines to put with some French wines in front of a very discerning group of French sommeliers, and the Chateau Montelena Chardonnay, I think it was the 1973 vintage,
Correct.
is the one that was preferred over some of what is regarded as the world's best white Burgundy.
Right. It's huge. It's
huge.
And that was your uncle, or Mike Grgich,
His uncle made the
who
wine.
founded this winery.
So he was a winemaker, vineyard manager, general manager of Chateau Montelena, a little upstart. They just started the business in, like, I believe, '71. It was a miracle.
Yeah.
And it was only blind tasting. If French knew that it was California Chardonnay, they would spit on it. But,
Exactly.
but being blind, they were charmed and seduced by new flavors,
Yes.
supposedly, and this is one of the most important events for California wine industry.
For sure.
California had no respect in terms of quality before that, and after that there was explosion.
Yeah.
What happened? There was lots of dedicated winemakers, but with no money. It takes lots of capital to invest to have good grapes and good equipment. So the money started pouring in. The rest is history. Today, Napa Valley is considered one of the best grape growing and winemaking regions in the world.
And now we think, Napa, it's one of the, most famous, most highly regarded wine regions. But before your family won that blind tasting, it was not a big deal at all.
No.
It was not highly regarded.
Nobody took it seriously.
Right. I mean, your family basically made Napa what it is today in many respects.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what you're doing now.
So we have a Chardonnay 2015, and then make sure that it's also Cabernet's 2015, middle glass, and the last one is Zinfandel 2014.
Wow.
That we are a family-owned and operated winery. Today, this is European kind of model. We own our land. My uncle was so smart to buy all this land with our vineyards before these crazy prices.
When did he start Grgich Hills?
So after he wanted Spanish tasting, everybody wanted him to be winemaker, but he wanted to start on his own. Did not have enough money, and he partnered with Austin Hills. So you see Grgich Hills, the two families.
Yeah.
Right, Hills doesn't refer to the landscape.
And that's the
Yes.
Hills Brothers Coffee Company.
Yes.
If I
So
read correctly.
Austin Hills and his sister Mary Lee sold coffee business and joined forces with Mike. So today still a partnership. Partnership is very strong because we make very good wines they like, and also Mike is very good businessman, so we make nice profit for us and them. And so as long as you feed with your partners, they are happy. So this is very rare that 43 years in business grows and business.
That is rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we keep going. Now we have third generation. I have 6 kids. My oldest daughter Maya joined recently.
Exciting.
So we have already third generation, and
Right.
keep it that way.
And your uncle is still alive. I think he just turned 90 a few years ago.
96. We just celebrated his birthday on April 1. 96. Still very active. He will never retire. Again, I pointed out the key crux of our success, today's and future, is that we own on land. And so we have 365 acres of vineyards in Napa Valley, and all are certified organic. Organic farm, we create wine with personality. If somebody's gonna pay $40, $50, $60, you're looking more than just accurate flavors.
Right.
You have to have sense of place. So only organic farming can bring you that.
But I was going to ask you, because I have been to Grgich Hills Winery, and if you are headed to Napa, you just drive straight up Highway 29, also known as the St. Helena Highway, and you're going to see Grgich Hills on the left.
Yes.
Right after, I believe, Yountville, north of Yountville.
North of, it's like 6 miles north of Yountville.
Are all of your vineyards right there contiguous to the winery, or do you also have vineyards that are in different areas of Napa?
A good question. So we have 5 estate vineyards.
Okay.
So you're passing by American Canyon and Carneros. Then you have to drive 20 miles, you get to Yountville. Our Cabernet that we're going to taste second is from Yountville.
Okay.
So Yountville is an excellent place for Cabernet. And then you drive another 6 miles, Rataford. There's more Cabernet in Rataford.
Yep.
And then you have to drive another 20 miles to get to Calistoga.
Okay.
Which Zinfandel comes from Calistoga. We are literally from very south, vineyards are from very south to very north, almost 45 miles.
Smart.
This Chardonnay is bonkers,
Freaking
right?
delicious.
Okay, so this is everything I want in a Chardonnay because you smell it and you're like, oh, there's the ripe fruit, maybe a little like tropical fruit, a little like butteriness maybe from the wood, and then you taste it and it is so round and rich, but not heavy, not at all heavy, because there is this laser shaft of like spice or like acid, but it's like a laser going right through the middle of all that richness, and oh my god, it's so dreamy. I love it.
Really pretty wine.
Yeah.
The secret of a great Chardonnay is in richness, which is here also in minerality. To have good minerality, you also have to have good acidity. So that's why we don't put Chardonnay to malolactic. In Napa Valley, we just have enough
So
acidity.
no mallow.
No mallow.
It's such a pure expression of the grapes.
Yes, I love it.
So it's we always created a very elegant Chardonnay. This is very elegant Chardonnay,
Yes.
Based on floralness and fruity components, but the underlying quality is minerality, tension, freshness.
You have some of the oldest Cabernet vines in Napa, don't you?
Yes, in Yountville, Mike bought the property of Vineyard, Cabernet Vineyard, planted in '59. So this is a 60th anniversary.
Oh
and does this
gosh.
Cabernet include?
There is at least we have Yountville Cabernet, which we're not tasting today, but this one has at least 30%.
Oh wow!
Of
Nice.
those, from the grapes from that old vineyard. So this vineyard will outlast me. I don't see why it cannot last 30 more years. So there's no substitute for old wines.
So
Oh my gosh, the freshness that you get on this, and the red fruits and the black fruits, like currants.
So
and,
fruity.
Like prunes and plums, and then some
Yes.
spice, like baking spices.
and on the aroma, I get some like a violet note as
Yes,
well.
there's
Dried
It's
violet.
very fragrant.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
again,
so pretty.
very refined. In the mouth, it feels very classy, very together, and it does have all that rich fruit, but it really keeps it tautly together.
So we have our own style, and when we talk about Cabernet, we're looking for again elegance, and we're looking. Our wines are called understated. They are not in your face. There is wines that are different style. This is more European style.
It does not lack power, but it is very graceful.
And I would say, I mean, most people think like Cabernet and steak or beef, but I think this wine has the grace to go with so much. I would eat like roast chicken.
Roast pork loin.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Also, we don't like high alcohol. As soon as you approach the 15% alcohol brings that heat. We like precision. We like you to see detail, as you noticed before. So once you get alcohol overpowers everything. Just that's why high alcohol is no for us.
We have an interesting varietal because Zinfandel's roots come from Croatia.
Yes.
Right. What is it? Seljanov Kaštelanski or
Yes.
something like that?
That's very good, yeah. And now it's called Tribidrar.
Tribidrar.
But no, it's two names. The first one was Kaštelanski. Original name was Tribidrar. Used about 400 years ago. They're all varieties vinifera. These varieties came from Europe, of course.
Right. There's no vinifera varieties that originated in California.
Zero. And so when my uncle came here in '58, took a tour of a vineyard where he was, and saw Zinfandel. He pinched himself and said, "Oh my God, am I correct?" Because he was saying since 2001, everybody accepts the fact that Zin is originally from Croatia.
And you have some really old Zinfandel wines too.
Yeah, that's probably the oldest in Napa, planted in 1889.
Oh my! That was back when
trunks are like 18, 20 inches across. It's amazing.
Because I think of Zinfandel stereotypically as being a big jam bomb and all blousy wowsy, and this is not that. It is dry. I mean, it's very fruity. It has a dark kind of brooding aroma, which is very sexy. And then you taste it, and it's fruity, but there's like almost a slight savory note, like an earthy quality.
Yeah, like some dried herbs or some leather, or even like tobacco.
Yeah,
dried tobacco.
I agree with everything.
So good.
So you guys are good.
Oh.
Well, you're pretty good too.
Well, you know, they don't just let anyone on YouTube.
You know what you're smelling, so it's everything you said. It's there. You're absolutely right. Even Zinfandel, we try to make non-high alcoholic. Zinfandel is known for huge alcohol, 15, 16, 17%. Main cluster is shoulder, and they touch. Whenever they touch, there's no sunlight. If there's no sunlight, there's no pigment, there's no color.
Right.
So in June, when the Zinfandel is pea-sized berries, we cut shoulders. So every shoulder is cut. So our clusters, main clusters, are touched by sun, and they ripen evenly. We can pick at normal ripeness. We don't have to wait. So when you wait for those greenness to disappear, then you have more and more raisins. So high alcohol in Zinfandel comes from maybe 30% of berries are raisins. You get high alcohol.
I never knew that.
I never knew that either.
That is fascinating.
Super smart.
What are the average retail prices of these wines?
Like in a store.
So this would be probably 35 to 40.
Okay, that's really a deal. When you compare it to a white Burgundy, for example, like Premier Cru white Burgundy or something, I mean, that's
going to be
steal.
60 or 100 or more.
Hello.
Yeah.
And then Cabernet is probably 65 to 70.
Which, I mean, and for a Napa Cabernet of that elegance. And what about this Zinfandel?
Zinfandel is, you can probably 32 to 35.
I drink that every day.
All our grapes are hand-picked. Now most wineries are picking by machine to save money.
If you are looking for amazing Napa wines with amazing pedigree from Ivo Jeremaz, the nephew of the famous Mike Grgich, look no further.
Organic, pays workers a living wage, and delicious.
And delicious.
Thank you. Cheers for that.
Cheers!
Yeah.